Hey YouTube, it's your girl Channel M or Channel, whichever one you want to call me. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today, I got a story time for y'all about how this boy thought I was Boo Boo the Foot. I don't know why he would think that. I'm an actively, but I ain't Boo Boo the Foot, baby. And the last story time, I was looking every way but at the camera. I'm gonna try to look at the camera this time, and yeah, this is like my fourth time trying to record this video. I hope this one works out. I don't have on a bra, deal with it. I do have on bottoms, just to let y'all know. But yeah, let's get into the story time. Yeah, let's get into the story time. So first, I'm gonna start by giving them names. There's 3 main people, and then there's one person who don't need a name. We're just gonna call her the girl. So the first person, who's the main person in the story, his name is Lil Bow Wow. That's what we naming him, because it's what I used to call him whenever this ordeal was over and we was friends. Yeah, that's what I called him. The other girl, we're gonna name her Renee. It's not nowhere near her name. It's just the name I gave her. And then the other person, we're gonna call her Betsy. And that's also nowhere near her name. But it's just a name to help you remember who she is, because, yeah. So, on a random day in May, April, post Roma. I'm gonna say Roma. Karoma. Because I don't know if YouTube want me to say the words, because they be tripping on every little thing. So I'm saying Roma, Karoma, Roma. Okay, right. Post Karoma, this boy just randomly follows me out the blue. And back then, I didn't care. I would follow you. I don't care if I don't know you. If I do know you, I just follow you back if you follow me, because that's just, I feel like that's simple courtesy. That's back then though. Right now, I would not follow you unless I know you. But you're very welcome to follow me. What's a new follower gonna hurt? It ain't never hurting me. I'm just not gonna follow you now unless I know you because I have a man. And if you're a girl, I will follow you back. Just if you're a girl, but a boy, I'm not gonna follow you back. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna follow you back. But, so, yeah, he followed me and I followed him back. Back then, in order for you to see someone's message, you would have to follow them. So if you didn't follow them, then their message would go straight to your request, and you won't even get a notification that it's in your request. You would just have to go on Instagram and see. He DM'd me. I'm gonna say text. When I say text, I mean DM. He DM'd me and was like, "Can you with my 2 recent posts?" I was like, "Sure, I got you." When did it? I don't remember what I commented. It was probably like fire emojis, like I used to do anybody who used to ask me. Or it was like, I don't know, it's most likely what it was. So I did that. And then he was like, you're cute, are you single? And I was like, yes, I am. Well, I just say yeah, because I was. I think it was like a month or 2 after I had got a relationship with my ex that I was on and off with. So yeah, I was single. And that's just what it was. So I told him yeah. And he's like, bet, say less. Can I get to know you? And I was like, sure. Now when I said that, when he said that, I knew he was meant like on some getting to know me to date type thing. But I wasn't on that. So I was just like, just saying yeah, he could get to know me on a friendship way. But I don't think he was thinking this, because yeah. So then we just started playing 21 questions. 21 questions, like you ask a question, I answer it, then I throw one back at you. Or we can ask the same questions to each other. It's up to you. Just go to 21. Right? So like, you do 21, I do 21. That's 21 questions. Or some people do, you do 1, I do 2, you do 1, I do 2, you do 1. You know? 21. Up to 21, which it's not going to be even, because... So that's why we did. You do 21, I do 21. I've done it with a couple people, but with him, I didn't really we didn't count to like 21. We just threw questions till we couldn't ask no more. So basically he was like, we just asked a normal question. How old are you? Where are you from? Like what city? How old are you? What grade? I had asked him, was he mixed or was he just light skinned? He said he was just light skinned, which he lied, because when we ended up video calling on Instagram, he would talk to his cousins and stuff, and his grandma is, so there's no point in lying. You lying from the jump. I'm not even going to judge about that stuff. You don't have to lie. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. We're back up, y'all. But yeah, he ended up telling me that. Basically, yeah. This video is not gonna go right ever, is it? I don't know if my lighting's off or what. Is my lighting off? I don't know. Y'all just gonna have to deal with it. But yeah, we ended up just talking the whole day. I guess we didn't talk for like a week, because I guess he ended up getting a girlfriend after that. And then he was like, do anybody want to FaceTime? I was like, your girlfriend don't want to FaceTime? And he was like, no. And then I was like, no. He was like, but do you want to FaceTime? And then I was like, sure. So then we FaceTime, got on the phone for like an hour. After that, hung up. Went about my day. Probably went outside to play with my neighbors when we was all friends at the time. I don't know. But yeah, I went about my day. Then I guess him and that girl ended up breaking up. Then he texted me again. He was like, what you doing? This simple. What you doing? What you been doing today? How was your day? Y'all know how it goes. Then he asked if I want the FaceTime, which is video call on Instagram once again, because we was on Android. When we was doing 21 questions, he asked me what kind of phone I got, and I told him Android, because I was on Android at the time, because my sister has broke my phone because she played too much. Y'all know the sister I'm talking about. Yeah, she played too much, so she broke my phone, so I was on Android until I got my phone fixed. And he was like, he is too, but he don't critic because he got iPhone emoji. But it's like, why does that matter? Phone is a phone. Even if I had an iPhone, I wouldn't judge you. Even if I was on my iPhone, I would not judge you. I don't care. He was like, you want video call? I was like, sure. So then we get on video call. We talk. When we were playing 21 questions, I asked him, do he care if his girlfriend had a bestie? And he was like, no, it depends on what they own. Okay, cool. We get off video call, and it's post-COVID, so I had to do my work. So he was texting me. I got my phone taken because I was not doing my work when I was supposed to do it. So I got my phone taken. I had to do my work that whole day, so I was doing work. Or like, if I didn't finish my work like that day, then my parents would either make me go in there, sit in there. I would still have my phone. I would just have to go in there and do my work, or they would take my phone and I do my work, or they just made sure I do my work. If I did not do my work, then I get my phone taken. But yeah, I had to do my work that whole day. He's texting me, and he's like, okay, cool, do you da-da-da-da. I'm like, what? We're not together. What are you talking about? You not my nigga. And we was talking, and he ended up saying like, these bitches want me or some. And I was like, why they gotta be just? Cause back then, even now, like if you gonna call it, if you just one of them niggas that just call women this, that, I don't want you, nigga. And even now, let that word slip out my man's mouth. And I'm mad at her. I don't even play like that. And I don't call him nigga, because I feel like calling your man nigga is equivalent to your man calling you. I don't do that. That's why I always say my man. Y'all don't hear me say my nigga this, my nigga that. I don't even say your nigga. Your man. Unless I don't like your man, then it's your nigga. So I was like, why they gotta be just? And he was like, my bad. But he was like, cause I'm basically taken. I was like, woo. And that's, looking back at it, he was love bombing. But I didn't know what that was at the time. And I'm freaking 15. I don't know nothing about that. So I'm like, boy, just slow down. Just slow down. That's why I kept saying, slow down. Wait a minute. Every time he would say, bae or baby girl, woo, slow down. You're not my nigga. And even when we was talking, you're not my nigga. We're not together. But then I eventually became immune to this stuff because I just kept, he manipulated my brain into basically ignoring it. And there was a time where he was like, bae, and I was like, I'm not your bae. And then he was like, I didn't say that. He was like, yep. I was like, yes, you did. He was like, on who?
Why would you do that? Huh?
Like, what? And then he yelled, my bad, I just really like you. Typical nigga. Looking back at it, just like, girl, how did you believe this? This is equivalent to jail talk. Girl, anyways. So then, yeah, fast forward, he ended up asking me to mess with him. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll mess with you. I'll give you a chance. This was weeks later. So then I basically tell Betsy that I was talking to him. And she, well, I didn't really say who exactly. So what she, excuse me, when she asked me, kind of just gave her a hint, but she didn't really take it. She was like, who you talk to? I say, you know him, but you act like you don't. She was like, who is it? I say, you know him. She's like, okay, cool. Basically, that's what it was. And I was also telling this girl, that girl that I was saying in the beginning that I don't need the name. I was also telling her, should I give her a name? Yeah, I shouldn't give her a name, actually. She's not going to ever come up in another story, but I'm giving her a name because she's a factor in the story. We're going to get into that. But don't mind the background. My uncle's watching Raising Canaan. But we're going to name her Texas. I don't know. I just... Texas. We're going to name her Texas. At the time, like, me and my friends used to do this little playful flirt and stuff. So she was like, tell him you mine. And he needed to back up. So I told him, and he was like, what? No, she's tripping. Da-da-da, you mine. And then he was like, why she said that? And I basically told him, like, well, I just told y'all basically, like, we used to do that fake flirt stuff that me and all my friends used to do. Literally, me and all my friends and each other. I don't know. It was a weird thing my friend group had going on. But, yeah. So that's what it was. And then she called me a cheating nigga ninja. She called me a cheating ninja. And then I told him, he asked me who she was, and I sent him a video of her. And then that's how he knew who she was. So then we on call one time, her name ended up coming up again. And then I'm basically telling him like how we're friends and stuff like that. What did I name her? Betsy ended up texting me, and she was like, did she say I know who you talk to? Who is it? Did she say like that light-skinned boy named LaBaba? And I was like, yeah. She was like, he lied. She basically said, never mind. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't know. I used to just brush stuff off. I didn't really pay attention to stuff back then, but now I do. Baby, I'm paying attention to all them signs. She ended up texting me again, and she was like, I'm about to read the messages bar for bar. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go back to me and Betsy's messages. So Betsy texted me, it was like, bestie, text me back, child. I was like, I was on the phone, but what's up? She was like, can you and my ex get back together, please? Her and my ex was like, I guess it was friends, I guess you could say. It was cool. They didn't really talk unless it was pertaining to me. And yeah, she said, bestie, don't do that. And then she was like, bestie, you lied. You do mess with him. And I said, for real? She said, yes. I said, oh. She said, never mind. I don't care. I don't mess with him. I know the truth. And that's basically what my man said. Was like, you telling me something that, like, basically, like, I don't have a reason to lie. I'm not going to go back and forth with you, but I don't have a reason to lie. So that was that. And then she was like, since you think I know who you mess with, who is this person? I guess that's what she meant. But she said, how is this person? She meant, who is this person? Girl or boy? I said, what the, a boy? Like, what? I don't like girls. You're my best friend. You're supposed to know that. Like, what? And then she's like, okay, have I talked to him before? I said, girl, I get. Yes, you talked to him before. I was on the phone with him one day when I was at her house, literally, when we were just friends. Like, tell me now. I said, nah, it's cool. She said, tell me. I said, you already know, but you claim you don't. She said, the light-skinned boy, that name is... She said, the light-skinned boy whose name is LaBop Bop. I think she meant not my cousin. Because her cousin and this boy has the same name, like real name. And yeah. So she was like, not my cousin, but the other boy. I was like, yes. And then I was like, yeah, ninja. And then she said, I thought ... Never mind, he lied ... I said, LMAO, the fact that you said not my cousin, and then laughed. I don't know what happened, but I said, what's up? She said, so that little boy broke up with you?
And me and this boy was never official. Whenever she was talking to somebody, she would say break up, even if they was never together. So when she said that, because she has been my best friend for some years, I already knew what she meant by that.
I was like, no, you talking about his bio, ain't you? Because I think his bio said single, and he never updated it. Red flag, but it wasn't my actual men, so I didn't really care. She said, no, he said he didn't want you, because this girl was so illiterate. I don't know what she said. Hold on, let me figure it out, y'all. Give me a second. Okay, she said, no, he said he didn't want you, because in my comment that I just posted, he was like, she's so fine. And she was like, whoa, you date my bestie. I said, oh, for real? With exclamation marks. And I was like, bet, with like 3-4 T's. And she was like, yes, he was just saying too much. I said, bestie, thanks, I love you. She was like, I love you too. And then I texted him, like, you thought my bestie wasn't gonna tell me. Next caller. Next caller.
Next caller. Next caller. Next caller. Cause you ain't talking about nothing big.
And then he put some laughing emojis like. Y'all heard some laughing because I don't. What's funny? What is funny? I don't find anything funny. I really did it. And he was like, I ain't even do nothing. I mean, I said she was cute, and I was ready to tell her I wanted to prank you. Ninja. When you set up a prank, mind you, he did YouTube. He ain't posted a video in forever. But I knew this though. Alright, he said he wanted to prank me. When you do a prank, you do not just go in the comments first. You're not gonna be texting that girl saying, you bored and stuff like that, trying to basically see what's up with her. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna say, hey, I want to prank China and I need you to help me. And knowing Betsy, she would have went along with it and just be like, haha, it's prank, da 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 da. Knowing Betsy. Imagine, I didn't mind her texting him because I've been on this girl for a long time. That's just what she did. She like befriended or like being cool with anybody I talked to or dated, which was one other person other than my man right now. But anybody else I talked to, she would befriend them, or not befriend, but like be cool with them and carry conversation with them. That's just the type of person she was. And she ain't never backdoored me or nothing. That's not where we stopped being best friends. We literally just grew apart, and that's what it was. Yeah, when you want to prank somebody, you're gonna let that person know, oh, I want to prank this person. I need you to help me. So they could be above it. I mean, they could be on it and know how to move according. You're not just gonna go straight to the person's comments. Like, do I look like Google the Food What? And plus, you ain't even uploaded on your channel in months, literally. I mean, I know I got my nerves, but I'm not just gonna come back up with it. I'm not gonna leave for what, 5 months, pop back up like, hey, I'm about to prank. No, I'm gonna come back, sit, explain why I was gone, and then I might do like a vlog or something. Then I might prank. But I only did one prank. Did I do one or did I do two? Yeah, I only did one prank, but then I might do a prank after that. But I'm not just gonna. Basically, I'm not stupid, ninja. So then, yeah, he said, I mean, I said she was cute, but I was ready to tell her I wanted to prank you. And I was like, nah, F-etch. I said, you cap. I don't even care no more. Do you? Basically, because this whole time, like, whenever we was talking, he would get mad because I wouldn't text back when he knew me. Because, like I said, I would be going outside. I would be doing my work. I'd be in the shower, sleep, eat. So I wouldn't text back. So he'd be like, alright, it's cool, do you? So I put him on him. Do you? Then he said, I don't know what these videos is. But he was like, I was like, quit texting her, bro. She don't want you. He was like, girl, chill out. Like, I don't know if he took me as a joke or what, but I was so serious as could be. Like, I don't know if because I'm little. I was like, what, 14 at the time, maybe. I'm little, but I don't know why you think I'm playing with you. No, quit playing with me. He's like, girl, chill out. I said, no, I'm for real. And quit talking to her like that. Because he gonna text her like, I was just playing. Girl, I don't want you. And I told her, like, girl, don't let him talk to you like that. Stand up for yourself. What's up with you? Basically, that's what I told her. Stand up for yourself. Because knowing me, I didn't play about my besties. I don't care who it is. If it's, what was I naming him? I forgot what I was going to name him. If it's the boy or the girl, I didn't play about neither one of them. Or anybody else in my inner circle. I did not play about. I don't care who it comes to, who it is. I don't play. So I told her to stand up for herself. Because quit let him talk to her like that. And I told him quit talking to her like that. And he was like, I don't see why you mad because I didn't do nothing for real. I was just playing. I just wanted to see your reaction. So you went from, I just wanted to prank you to, I just wanted to see your reaction. Which one is it? This is where you catch yourself up in a lie, ninja. And she was like, I was like, 900. You saying I'm tired of like this. Like, so tired. Cause what? And then he's like, dead okay, it was a prank, but if you don't want me to say bye. And I was like, bye. And he was like, bye. And then, so weeks passed. And then I ended up talking to Betsy. I guess they was talking, but like I said, anybody she talked to that I would talk to, they would talk about me. So she basically was like, you know, get back cool with him. Granted, I did miss him as a friend. I was done with that mess with him stuff, but we did have great conversations, great friendship. So yes, I did miss him. So I was cool with being back friends with him, right? Right. So I texted him May 25th, and I was like, my bestie think I should stop being mean and be cool with you, and plus I'd be bored. And he was like, it's tough. He had a girlfriend at the time, but I didn't know that. If he would have said that, I would be like, okay, cool. I'm off you. And I was like, I know, right? Well, I'm only bored sometimes, but most of the time I'll be having fun with the deal emoji. He was like, I feel like that was the last message. I did not text him back after that. Then we texted. No, I think I texted him and I was like, La Bop Bop. And then he was like, yes. And I was like, never mind. Then he just kept asking. And then I just eventually didn't say nothing. And then he texted me again. And he was like, yo. I was like, yeah. He was like, what you need? I was like, none, ninja. Never mind. He was like, bet, watch it. Because I ain't do nothing to you. I lightweight miss shorts. No cap. They're good with the love bombing again. don't fall for it, y'all. And then I said I miss you too, and I shouldn't, because like I just said, I did miss him because of our friendship. And yeah, we just had nice conversations. He was a good friend. He was a great friend. He just didn't know how to be mess withable. Which we don't get into. And then he was like, oh, it's okay, that's unexpected, because he wasn't really playing with him. Right, it was definitely unexpected. He said, baby girl, I really do miss you, and if you give me another chance on my mama and my dad, I wasn't gonna change up again or do what I did, but it's up to you. I said, don't call me that shit. And no, I'm not giving you no second chance. You don't deserve one doing that you did. Wait, the other messages ain't even low, twin. Where my other... Hold on, y'all. Where my other messages at? And why my man didn't text me yet? Let me see where my man is. You know, I'm off text. You still there? Yeah, he's still working. I'll be waiting on my off text. But why's my stuff not loading? I don't know where my other messages is. But long story short, I basically just told him, like, no, we can be friends. I only agreed to friends, and that's what it is. That's what it's gonna be. So throughout this time that we were friends, when he ended up trying to get with Betsy, that's when my villain origin story came from. So at that time, it was like I got ninja on top of ninjas type. It's not cute. I'm not flexing, but some people might think it's cute, but me, it's not a flex. But it's my truth. I had ninjas on top of ninjas at the time. And so I was like, you did me dirty, I'm gonna do you worse. So I ended up asking him, I was like, Lil Baba, do you want a second chance?
The only reason why I told him he could get another chance is because whenever he said he missed me and I told him I do too and I shouldn't, he was basically asking me like, oh, can I get another chance? I won't do it again, blah, blah, blah. And I just kept telling him no, like no. And then whenever he would try to flirt in the conversation, I would be like, all right, I'm doing top of you. And then one day I just got bored and was like, no, do you want another chance?
And then he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, but don't expect me to be the same. That's me hinting to you, like, I'm going to do how you do me, but probably worse. So, yeah. I basically just kind of gave him a hint. He was like, I know what I did. I messed up. Da, 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 da. Okay, cool. This whole time. This is a ninja. This is a ninja. A ninja's flying up. A ninja's falling. Juggling. And he's in her too, so he don't know this, but he's kind of getting a hint that he's one of them. So I ended up asking him if he wanted another chance. He was like, yeah, I'm not gonna mess up this time. But I was like, anyways, so how do you know Renee? He didn't know her name. I guess I went to like his comments or something, or like his followers, or I seen that he followed her or something. I don't know. Somehow I figured out that he knew her, and I don't know how I figured it out, but I figured it out. Cause me, I'm a detective, and I'm a detective. That sounds like somebody. Mama, you see the smoke detector? Sit your down far, detective that. No, but so I was like, so how do you know Renee? He was like, who? I was like, Renee. And then he was like, send me a picture. And I sent the picture. He sent that emoji. He was like, that's my ex. I'm like, oh yeah, you definitely not getting another chance. That's where I got a line at. Cause like, I've been on her since literally since we was in Bobos and Barrettes. So I do consider her family. And when we was catching up, like when I asked him when I agreed to be friends, and then we started like talking, he basically asked me how I've been, and I told him that I was not doing good because Renee's mama had ended up dying that month. And like I said, I've been on Renee since we was little, so of course I know her parents. I was not happy that her parent died, and I did not like seeing her cry and hurt and pain. And I know her daddy, and I know how their mental would be because he lost his wife and she lost her mama. Right? Right. So when he checked up on me, I basically alluded that, not alluded, he should have been like, oh, hold on, my girlfriend's mom died today. But no, you just that hood brain. They don't be working in our books. So he ain't make the connection. So I was like, oh yeah, no, you definitely not getting a second chance. And he was like, bruh, I cut her off. She was posting other ninjas. I was like, y'all just broke up today, literally. The day that I asked him if he wanted another chance, that's the day they broke up. I can't do that to her. What? Especially what she's going through, absolutely not. I would not do that to her. So, yeah, that was done. And then he was like, okay, cool. I said, plus I'm ready to tell her too. So I told her. Best believe I told her. Yeah, I told her. Yeah, I did. And then he was like, okay, cool. I was like, that's my whole sister. I'm not ready to talk to you and you talk to and you dated my whole sister. It's like, it's not even a real sister. I said, I don't care. I've been knowing her since a kid. He's like, okay, it's cool, China, you're blocked. Okay, cool. He never blocked me. He was still sending me his posts and his Ben Lab uploads of his week old songs. Mind you, one time when we was talking, he had made a song about me and it was trash and he got mad because I didn't like it. Okay. Also, the song he sent me is crazy because when I listened to it, it was about Renee. It had her name in it. I was like, oh, this man is crazy. And then, so yeah, fast forward, I am in a relationship with my ex again. I'll get into that in the future. Excuse me. He texted me and I ignored him. And then that's when my ex, he opened the messages. And then I was like, he was like, on scene. And I said, I didn't open it. My man did. Or my boyfriend did. I didn't call him my man. My boyfriend did. And then he ain't right back. No, I think he did text back. I didn't say nothing back though. Because I'm in a relationship. I'm not going to talk to you.
So then my boyfriend at the time had opened our messages and read them. And then he texted me and asked me if I stopped dating him the day before we got together. But when he had texted me, he was like, he said his name he went by on Instagram at the time. So I was like, who the f is? Because I knew him by his name, not his Instagram. So then he basically broke it down to me. And I was like, oh, then I told him that we never dated because we didn't. We were just talking. And then that was
Yes, my ex was one of them people I was juggling around. And then we just got together. So, I was like, no. I was going to give him another chance. He was like, why? I was like, on some board stuff. I said I was going to be on what he's on. And then he was like, what's he on? I was like, not doing good. And then he was like, so why would you want to give him another chance? And I was like, on some board stuff. He was like, so when we started back then, was it on some board stuff? And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, at first, yes. But then we started dating and I actually wanted to be with you. Me and that man broke up so many times, it's crazy. Anyways, so then we got into an argument, broke up.
I'm going to put the messages of the argument on the screen so y'all know how it went. And just to let y'all know, I was mean back then. So, yeah.
This is when I had texted Lil Bop Bop and basically had him confirm it.
That's how I'm gonna put on her, but we basically went back and forth, and he was basically just like, he don't trust me because I keep stuff from him, which I never did. I just feel like the conversations I had with that boy before me and you got together, I'm not obligated to tell you. Like, you're not entitled to know, you know? So then, basically was like, if you don't trust me, why you with me? Like, and we basically just came to agreement that we were breaking up. Long story short.
Like I said. And then, that's when me and Lil Bop Bop started back talking as friends.
The way we started back being friends, because he ended up texting me. It was like, you single? And I was like, yeah. He asked what happened, and I basically told him, like, we wasn't communicating or talking. Then he ended up asking me, can he mess with me again? And I'm just like, no. And then he was like, he been waiting on me. And then he was like, well, really, you been waiting on me? I was like, me waiting on you? You're literally delusional. Like, what? And then he ended up getting mad. And then blasé, but he got over it. And yeah.
He would go live and just do random stuff. He go live with his little white friend, and yeah, they'd just be doing stupid stuff on live. I think my man's off now. So yeah, one day he was like, y'all wanna know who I want? It was like too many girls on his live. That's another red flag. He was like, y'all wanna know who I want? At this time we would both go live a lot. So he was like, y'all wanna know who I want? The person I want is in this live. I was like, oh my God, don't start this. Don't start. He was like, alright, her name is, what was my name at that time? I think it was my username was Made in China, maybe, I don't know. Basically said my at, and he said my name. He was like, China, and then he was like, her at is, and that's when I was, oh my God. I typed, oh my God. And then I went off the live.
Oh my God, dog. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
So then, like I said, we still friends. So we still on the phone. I was over at my cousin's house in the morning. We was on the phone. My cousin, you like him? That's your man. Da, 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 da. I was like, no, girl. No, never again. And then basically he was talking weeks later. He basically had got a girlfriend and she was pregnant, right? But she got grape appled. If you know what I mean. And he was basically like, he's gonna stay with her and he's gonna take care of the baby as his own. I was like, okay, I'm proud of you. He was being loyal to the girl. I was like, oh my God. I am so proud of this boy. Me and the girl became cool. She would confide in me about him, ask me questions about him, tell me about him, da da da. Me, personally, I'm that cool ex or a cool person you used to mess with. If I become cool with the person that you once dated, talked to, or whatever, me would never be a thing again. And that's just what it is. Okay? Because now that I know that person, it's just like, I can't double back after building a bond with that person. I'm not gonna double back. I can't double back. I'm not going to. I got morals against my morals, basically. Just what a lot of y'all like nowadays.
Thank you.
But we're not gonna talk about that. So then they ended up breaking up. They would break up and get back together too. Jesus Christ, they was toxic. But then she ended up having a baby and they was not together no more. And he didn't take her that baby. But then fast forward, I did not talk to him no more or nothing. What did I name her? Texas ended up texting me and she was like, guess who I'm about to talk to? Oh, brother,
this guy.
I was like, who? At this time, she was like having it. y'all, Treymani just had a lot going on with everybody. Basically, long story short, she had a thing with Treymani. So I thought that's who she was gonna say, but she did not say Treymani. She said Lil Bop Bop. So I was like, what? Girl, no, don't do that. But it's not like because I used to talk to him, because I don't care. These ninjas is free game. Just like they treat these girls, these ninjas is free game. Except for my man. Don't let it be my man. Even though he don't get down like that. But yeah. If you're not in my inner circle, talk to whoever you want to talk to that I used to talk to on crowd. I'll throw you the hoop. You want who? You said you want who? Alright, watch. I got you. Next day y'all ready beef. Like this. If you're not in my inner circle, like I said, talk to whoever you want to talk to. You can even talk to my ex. I don't care. But she was in my inner circle at the time. She's not in my inner circle no more. I have 3 people in my inner circle. It's Darion, Talia, and Sanaya. And Tristan. That's 4 people. But y'all know what I mean. If you're not in my inner circle, do you? So it wasn't like, oh, you can't talk to him because I talked to him. It was like, girl, don't do it. He's a bop. That's what he is, a bop. She was like, I'm gonna give it a chance. I was like, okay, girl, but don't say I didn't warn you. She was like, okay. I was like, have fun. She was like, I am. So like, whenever she came up in my conversation, in our conversation, me and Lil Bop Bop's conversation, that means he went over there and followed her, right? Right? Okay, you're weird. They didn't work out. He did the same thing he did to his other situation before the girl that was pregnant. He did the same thing he did to them, to her. I don't know why she thinks she would be different, but that's what he did. He had asked for another chance again. And I was basically like, alright, but I was not feeding into him. So he would text me and I'd be like, I'm outside. So I would go outside a lot with Treymani and Sanaya and other people I don't have to name because they're not important in any of these stories either. Actually, one person is, he comes up in my birthday story time that I'm gonna tell. But yeah, I would be outside with them a lot, and yeah, so he would text me and I wouldn't respond, or I'd be dry.
After taking a break from situationships and relationships, I eventually came to agreement with myself that I was ready, which I wasn't. But that's when he replied to my story and he was like, word. And I asked him, did he just have a girlfriend? He was like, yeah, they broke up because he got cheated. I was like, how does that feel? How does that feel? And he was basically like, oh, I know I missed her. I see how I feel. Calm my head. And I just thought it was funny because, nigga, yeah, I don't have to do begging. Can you send me back?
Okay, so fast forward some weeks. This boy started being delusional again. Mind you, I'm not leading him on or nothing. I'm not on that with him. So then he asked me what I was doing. And I basically just told him that I was texting my friend. And he got mad. I heard my dog snoring. Shit, because she worked 3 jobs. But he basically got mad, and that's when these messages happen. He's basically like, I'm not stupid. You not really be having me text you and you texting all these other ninjas. And I wanted to say, boy, shut up. I can talk to whoever I want to. So I eventually got tired of him keep begging. So as y'all see, when he asked me, could we work on it, I said, I'll think about it. And then after that, I just started ignoring him. Because leave me alone. I don't want to mess with you. I don't want to talk to you. Just leave me alone. I can't really do that.
I don't want to see you, talk to you, kick it with you, skate with you, nothing, man.
And that's what it was. It's like, it's funny or something like that. I was like, what's funny? He was like, your attention or something. And I was like, oh. And he was like, yeah. Update on him. I don't have one. Actually, when I made my Facebook, he ended up popping up in my suggested and people you may know. And I was like, what the hell? So I clicked on it to see if it was like an old account and if it was him, like actually him. And then I went on there, it was actually him. He had a girlfriend. And that was like years ago when I first created my Facebook. So maybe like a full year ago. Was it a full year? Yeah, a full year ago. Year plus ago. So that's the update. I never talked to him again. I told y'all that I don't talk to neither Betsy or Texas anymore. Renee, I do talk to her every now and then. Like, I literally just talked to her last week because her mother's birthday was on Mother's Day. And she posted her, and I was like, you know, I told her I loved her. And she said I love you too. And yeah, so I talk to her every now and then. I was actually supposed to see her, but we both got boyfriends, so we be up under our boyfriends all the time. If we not under our boyfriends, then we at work. But yeah, that's my baby. We forever gonna be cool. And then Betsy, I think I said I don't talk to her no more, but we're still cool. I talk to her brother. I just don't talk to her. We're still cool though. That's my baby forever. Texas, we're cool. I don't talk to her. We literally just grew apart. That's literally what it is. We grew apart. We got older. We stopped communicating. I stopped texting first. She stopped texting, period. And that's how a lot of my friendships ended. But yeah, that's the update on everybody. The pregnant girl, I don't know what happened to her. I want to find her. I do, because I want to see how she's doing and how the baby's doing. But I tried to look up her name like the other day, but I couldn't find it. So I was like, you know what? I don't know. I gave up. So if you see this girl, I hope you're doing good and your baby is doing good. Your baby's probably like, that was 5 years ago. So your baby's probably like 4 now. I hope y'all doing good. That's what I do. I hope y'all doing great. I hope you got a better man than that man. Girl, he used to stress you out. Don't let nobody stress you out like that again, baby, because I would never. But yeah, I hope y'all like this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications on so you get notified every time I post. And peace.